Good evening! The Autism Scene is pleased to welcome you to the 2026 AuSPEC Awards ceremony. My name is Killian Payne. I'm your announcer for the evening. Good news! The award ceremony will be starting in 10 minutes. Please finish up your snacks and drinks and make your way to a seat in the Hellenberg Theater. We are so grateful to Nickelodeon and their events team for letting us use their wonderful space. Please remember, no food and drinks are allowed in the theater. Hi! The AuSPEC Awards ceremony will start in about 5 minutes. As a reminder, there's no food or drink in the theater. If you need to go to the bathroom, now's the time. You're still here? The AuSPEC Awards ceremony will start in about 2 minutes. Find a seat in the Hellenberg Theater and get comfy.
My brother has autism, and he was a big help in writing the scripts.
You know, I have many friends who are neurodivergent. I'm neurodivergent myself.
It's such an honor to even just be here, let alone win.
Because it really is just like a kind and caring environment.
It's so incredible and meaningful.
I'm just honored to be a part of it, to share my stories and to be more visible, get my work out there.
Seeing characters like myself that think like me, that move in the world like me, that really get into the stuff they love like me would be wonderful. And I want the next generation to be able to see that as well.
Like, oh, this is not limited to these like 3 things, like, you know, trains and chicken nuggets or whatever. You know, this is a beautiful spectrum of existence.
I really wanted to write an autistic character that was also funny.
I thought it would be a great opportunity to show, an autistic character taking the lead.
Once you are part of the neurodivergent community, the community does embrace you.
I just wanted to show professors or Jedi Masters who are supportive, and they don't try to fit their students into a box. They try to find any creative way that they can include their student into harnessing their Jedi abilities, harnessing their creativity, their true worth.
People are just able to see autistic people and characters as just characters.
When somebody does good and it affects you, you can be inspired and give good back.
I just hope there's more representation in kids media in general. I think that's the whole point of this award.
I can't solve the problems of the world, but I can write.
And now you've all been waiting for. The Autism Scene is proud to present, live from the Hellenberg Theater at Nickelodeon Animation Studios in Burbank, it's the 2026 AuSPEC Awards ceremony. Please join me in giving a warm animation community welcome to the writer of autistic characters for Carl the Collector and Ada Twist, Scientist. Beyonce's fashion inspiration, your host for the AuSPEC Awards, Naya Wright.
Thank you so much, Killian. Let's give Killian a round of applause. Getting us in our seats on time. I know I need a little help, so thank you, Killian. And hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 AuSPEC Awards. It is my honor to be here tonight to celebrate the incredibly talented writers who participated in the Autism Scene's Kids Animated Spec Script Competition. The finalists in this room come from all over the country. They picked an existing kids animated show, created a spec episode, and showed how to meaningfully include explicitly autistic characters. Yeah. Don't be shy. When I created the character of Mason, it was because I had never seen my brother on screen. He's a tall, nonverbal African-American boy who is silly, joyful, has ups and downs, and deserves representation. So, I got to writing. I wanted people to know autism is not one size fits all, it's a spectrum. Autism affects the way a person moves through the world. It doesn't mean they are not in it. People with autism have feelings, want friends, and add great value to any room or story they're in. As a judge for this competition, I was not surprised about how many characters with autism fit naturally and authentically in kids animation. I was inspired to see how many writers proved it could be done and done well. Pop culture, and especially kids animation, shapes generations. It's the foundation for how we learn, think, feel, and socialize with each other. How can we shape a generation without representing everyone in it? We can't. And that's why we're here tonight. The first presenter of the evening voices Firefly in the video game Honkai Star Rail, as well as voice of autistic character Beth the Timekeeper in Cartoon Network's Craig of the Creek, and on screen as autistic character Clara in Tubi's original Saving Buddy Charles. They are proud to be an autistic performer portraying autistic characters on screen and in the animation booth. Please welcome to the stage Annalisa Fisher.
Hello, thank you, Nia. I'm here to present the award for funniest script. But sorry, I'm a little distracted. Did you guys see that they finally caught the rainbow burglar? They sent him to prison. Don't worry, Dr. Green. It was a light sentence, which is weird because it was a violent crime. But aren't you glad they caught them? And veterans' rights. Anyway, that tired joke was written by the Autism Scene's executive director, Britton Payne. Yes, thank you. Very good, very good. But it does illustrate the importance of good comedy writing in kids' animation, so just so we're all clear on that. This award celebrates the many truly funny spec scripts that were submitted to the AuSPEC Awards this evening. But one really stood out from all of the others, so you could say it blew them away. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Awards for Funniest Script is, drumroll please, Riley Roper for
The baby bears are taken to the western town of Bullridge, where they meet the aspiring hero, Clifton Capp, who happens to be on the autistic spectrum, and they help him save the town.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. It was such a pleasure writing this script and working with these characters. It was such an elevating experience for me, as much as I hope that it is for everyone who reads it and enjoys it. I would like to thank my family who have supported me throughout my entire writing journey. My mom and brother who are sitting right over there right now. Thank you so much. And I'd like to thank my partner, Becca Melkonian, who has supported me through everything. And I wouldn't have even be able to submit this script without her help. So thank you so much. Thank you. I love westerns, which was a big part of my script. So that was a huge inspiration for me. It was putting these characters into a western environment, something that the show hadn't done before, something that I personally hadn't written for before. It was really interesting and really fun. Yeah.
Our next presenter is a writer for Batwheels, Frog and Toad, and a bunch of shows with talking trains. Sir, you came to the right award show. Please welcome one of the nicest guys in the industry, Patrick Rieger.
Thanks, Matt. I love writing for preschool. There's nothing better. I love being in the mind of a child. I love being in the presence of something so simple and so beautiful. And as a matter of fact, I've often been complimented by my colleagues that I have a very childlike mind. At least I think they were complimenting me. Here are the nominees, and actually, no, there's no nominees. Childlike mind. Anyway, the award goes to, for Best Preschool Script, Josh Brown. For Blooming, the Ice Maker.
Wow, thank you. I had no idea I could actually win something in this contest. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This contest is a really cool thing. I love the idea of bringing more authentic autistic voices to the forefront of pop culture, media, and what have you. It's definitely something that's needed. And I'm a lifelong lover of animation. and dreamed of of being involved in animation as a kid, and as an adult and working in special education as an autism consultant. This contest was kind of like a really cool combination of passions for me. Thank you so much to my wife and kids who read the script, gave me awesome notes, and made it a better script with talking out how the characters would interact and making it the inclusive script that I was proud to write. And working with Bluey characters was awesome too, because we love Bluey in our home. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and have a wonderful evening.
Yeah. We love a family affair. Our next presenter is excessively qualified to present the award for Best Adventure Script. She started with helping launch the legendary South Park series, kept writing with BoJack Horseman, and has producing credits for Storybox and the Emmy-winning Mickey Mouse shorts. She is now the head producer for the acclaimed Rick and Morty franchise. Here to present the award for Best Adventure Script is Monica Mitchell.
Thank you, Naya. Everyone loves an adventure story. Often the next great hero can come from anywhere and be anybody. For instance, Luke was just a kid on a farm at the back end of nowhere. Static Shock was an ordinary teen in Dakota City. And Toph was a powerful earth and metal bender, despite being blind. The AuSPEC Award for Best Adventure Script honors a writer who showed that our next favorite adventure could easily feature an autistic protagonist as well. The 2026 winner for the Best Adventure Script is, drumroll please, Leo Guevara.
While attempting to make their way through the Fire Kingdom undetected, Team Avatar's true identities are discovered by a powerful firebender who is on the autism spectrum, and they subvert the team's expectations by showing them how to keep cool when things get overwhelming.
Oh, wow, thank goodness I prepared something, actually. Well, first I would like to say thank you for recognizing my work, especially to be here with the autism scene at the studio that wrote the show that I actually made my spec for, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So that's amazing. I even named my cat after Korra, so I'm a really big fan. This is really cool. So as a non-binary Latino autistic person, I wish I had seen more authentic representation on screen when I was younger. And not just for the autistic community, but for all communities that deserve more visibility. And that's exactly why we're here today, to show just how needed our voices are in these spaces and what we can bring to the table, because entertainment needs our voices now more than ever. Thank you. The character that I wrote was an autistic firebender in the Avatar series, and as an autistic person, I feel like that was a very personal story for me, because I always felt like controlling my own feelings and emotions in certain contexts can be like how I imagine a firebender has difficulty controlling firebending as well. So that was a sort of cathartic thing to write for me too.
Education is a lifelong pursuit, but it starts with teachers. Let's give it for our teachers, okay? Our next presenter is a 6th grade math, science, and animation teacher. Wow. Her husband, Kirk, is the head writer of the ceremony, and he did a great job. But wasn't brave enough to write jokes for this intro. Presenting the award for Best Educational Script, please sit up straight. I'm looking, sit up straight. Thank you. And welcome to the stage, Darlene Cushion. But to get her out here, we have to say, good evening, Mrs. Cushion. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Good evening, Mrs. Cushion.
Thank you, class. But before the awards can continue, we have to finish taking roll. Patrick Rieger, where are you? There you are. My rule follower. Where'd you find my Starbucks today? Oh my. You're such a polite boy. Where's little Jimmy Krieg? Woo! There he is. I'm telling you, he's my talker. Typical. And then there's Jeremy Adams. There he is.
So shy.
Sweetie, your mother keeps emailing me about extra credit. But you know, it's okay. You write 12 DC titles a month? That's just showing off. You three. Now let's get to my star pupil of the evening. This year's winner of the AuSPEC Award for the Best Educational Script. And the winner is Adrian Golden.
I just want to say, it is great to be here. I have always dreamed of working in animation ever since I was a child. And I feel that this is a great step forward. Because no matter what traits you may have, no matter how small, or even if they get overlooked, they are not something that you should hide or feel ashamed of. But rather, they are things that you should embrace and feel proud of. I would like to thank my family for giving me my diverse background, as well as my cousins for always seeing the creativity in me. And once again, I'd like to thank the AuSPEC Awards for giving me this opportunity to contribute to kids' media. The one thing that would make this even better is if the scripts get turned into a real episode. But for now, I am truly grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
So, as much as this video warmed my heart, when I need a good laugh, I know exactly who to call. Percussion, come on down!
Is this where I win a car?
I wish I could get cars out like Oprah. You get it! No, I don't even want to lie. I get Oprah.
I want to know how these awards were given out.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Let's do it.
So we need our head judge, Jeremiah Smith, come on down. Also, Naya, take a seat. And then also Alfonso and Alyssa, please join us. There was a ton of scripts, and these are some of the judges that took it on. And we appreciate your time, especially Jeremiah. You spent so much time on this as the head judge and the co-writer of tonight's event. So if Darlene didn't like anything she had to say, it's your fault.
I'm sorry.
I might need a ride home. So let's get through these. We only have a few minutes. So Jeremiah, don't spoil any of the scripts because I hate spoilers. But can you tell us, is there a favorite moment that you can tell us about on one of the scripts?
Oh, wow. Well, let's talk about the best education script. I loved how it was both including, all the multiculturalism you found within Rosie's rules, and then also the writer added a bunch of things to show how an autistic character naturally fits within that. So it also demonstrates that a lot of times the idea is that the autistic character is usually white. And I like the idea we're seeing more multiculturalism in that. And then a little bit of a spoiler. The best superhero script, did a great job of taking a character that already exists and rewrote them in a way that took some of the traits that were already kind of naturally strengths for autism and just fleshed them out. It made them something new. It's but also representative. So I thought that was really, really brilliant.
Wow, you're dishing better than a Love Island reunion show. This is good stuff, man. You weren't lying. Hey, Alyssa, again, I don't want spoilers. Let's talk about technique, because there's a lot of writers here, a lot of aspiring writers. Is there any technique that anybody employed that really caught your attention as a writer yourself?
What I really liked was when I like scripts that took the autistic character and made them feel so authentic to the script. I think the goal of a good spec script is that it should feel like a real, authentic episode from the show. So when people were able to take that autistic character they wanted to integrate into the episode and made it feel like a real episode, while also putting their own unique spin and their own voice on it, I thought those were my favorite scripts.
Nice. Hey, Alfonso. Now you've read so many of this year's entries. You're looking at them, judging them. I was wondering, are there any pitfalls or downsides to producers for adding more artistic characters to the shows? Is there a downside of that, possibly?
I am deeply grateful to each of the writers who submitted a script and for their passion for inclusion, representation, and autistic belonging. Statistically speaking, disabled individuals, particularly visibly disabled people, remain among the most underrepresented groups in the media. Yet our entertainment and advertising industries are evolving, recognizing once again the value and beauty of a truly diverse society. The so-called downside of adding more autistic characters to our shows and films is the dismantling of ableist assumptions and exclusionary practices. That is a consequence I welcome. Tonight, we are all contributors to that positive evolution. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Don't ever get into an argument with Alfonso about a Coke Zero. He will win. I know that firsthand.
Every time, Kirk.
I know. Well, there's a whole story behind that. So I learned don't have a Coke Zero in front of him unless you bring two. So let's see. Naya, you haven't had a chance to say much tonight.
I know. I'm just waiting for someone to listen to me.
I can't get enough. So let's ask you a question. You read a lot of the entries. How do you think autistic characters can enrich current shows that are in production right now, based on what people were submitting to us?
I mean, honestly, there were so many, but one of the ones that stuck out to me was just the relatability element. I think people don't realize that people with autism, they're people, right? They move through the world differently. They might need a little help here or there, but like, who doesn't need help occasionally? And so there was one script that actually used masking as a way to, I think, really beautifully penetrate that feeling that sometimes we can have of wanting to fit in. And so if you don't know what masking is, it's when someone who has autism tries to mask some needs or symptoms that they might have in order to fit in. And so this character did that during this episode, and it wasn't until the end when she told her new friends that she had autism and she was masking, that they said, just be you. And so I think we can all relate to trying to be someone that we're not, because we don't want to lose friends, because we want to get them. And I think what this writer did so beautifully is show that people with autism are people. They want to fit in too, and they might, in this case, mask their symptoms or their needs, but they shouldn't have to. And I thought that was a really well done job.
Definitely a mission that this has had. So fantastic. I know a lot of people are probably going to be watching this playback and wanting to know 2027. How do I submit something? So let's talk. We only have a couple minutes left for this. Let's talk some nuts and bolts for people who want to submit for next year. Jeremiah, what's the deal with the superhero scripts and all this card battle stuff? Why are people submitting so much of that?
Oh, that was weird. At first, we kind of thought maybe we were being pranked, because it's like we ended up with just a ton of like very similar superhero scripts, and then we ended up with a bunch of card battle things like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're thinking, what are the odds? It's like we have like so many of these scripts. It's like using the same thing, but then we realized, no, this is more of a trend. These people love this, and this is actually a chance. It's like to talk about something that. Obviously, there's a need. It's just like, and there's people interested in seeing more of this in these shows, and so it has potential to be a trend. So we decided to give it an award to feature it. So it's like what started off as just like it's kind of like this weird, weird just kind of anomaly. It's just like actually it's helped us inform the awards that we need to be doing. It's like and creating. So if you think it's just like something's maybe too weird, it's just like you're coming up with something that's like. Out of the box, it's like there's a good chance somebody else out there is thinking the same thing or would love to see your idea. So it's like don't be afraid to explore like all the ideas. It's like as you're creating a script.
Go for it, right? Yeah. And people want their card battle games. Who knew? Okay, we got time real quick for one last thing. Alyssa, again, people looking at next year, what are you looking to see in script entries for 2027? So congratulations, you're judging next year. First, reconfirm judge. You can't have your car keys back until you promise to be here next year. Okay, so I'm a person who wants to turn to the script. What are you looking for?
2 things. First, more entries. I need more people to submit. Okay. Yes. Second.
Don't be shy, right?
Don't be shy. Second, something I really would like to see is make your script stand out in the first few pages. If you can get the first 5 pages, great. If you get the first 2 pages, great. There's a saying that if you submit your script to a very high-level writer or a producer or director, something like that, if they are not hooked in the first 10-ish pages, they will just stop reading. And you don't want that to happen. So you gotta make sure whatever makes your script unique or stand out, get it in as soon as it can, especially early in the script, and get your reader hooked.
All right, great. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but let's really give a big round of applause to the people that put a lot of work into this. Our head judge, Jeremiah, my good buddy, Alfonso, Naya, and Alyssa. Thank you guys so much. You guys worked so hard.
Thank you guys. We're getting lonely up here. So thank you guys for joining. Our next presenter is a legend in animation. He was the guiding hand for the DC animated universe for more than a decade and is now creating a show for Warner Brothers Animation that he can't talk about, so do not ask him. He has mentored dozens of writers into successful animation careers, including a few who are in this room tonight. Here to present Best Superhero Script is Jim Krieg!
Did you say superstar?
Superstar. Let's give it up for the superstar!
All right. Okay. Hi, I'm Jim Krieg, and I look exactly like I'm reading from a teleprompter. To quote the great writer Jim Krieg, oh my gosh, this is written just like I would have written it. When writing an adaptation, don't write it like it was. Write it how it made you feel. Oh, I did say that. This year's winner for Best Superhero Script takes a long-standing favorite character and writes them in a new, organic way. Do you see how I look like I'm just thinking it all off the top of my head? But really, I'm reading it. A new, organic way that makes them an autistic icon for kids looking for more autism representation. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Superhero Script is, do something different, like a ooh. I like to mix it up. I don't want to have the same experience as the other judges. The winner is, the AuSPEC goes to D.G. Thompson, winner Best Superhero Script for My Adventures with Superman, a neurodivergent path.
Thank you to Britt Payne and everyone at the Autism Scene for this awesome award. I feel like a superhero now. Seriously, I'm a parent to 2 kids with autism who want to see themselves represented on screen doing cool things, powerful things, world-building things. And so do I. So, on behalf of my family, thank you for the honor, and thank you for doing what you do to help these kids to feel seen and celebrated, and maybe even a little super.
You may know our next presenter from shows like The Good Doctor, Everything's Gonna Be Okay, and Monster High, where she has the range to play a chipper surgeon, a classical composer, and a friendly boogeyman. I like nice people. And what's especially cool is that each of those characters is explicitly autistic. Please welcome to the stage actor and autism advocate, the very impressive Kayla Cromer.
I love to be scared. Monsters, ghosts, vampires. Kids also enjoy animated shows that just are the right amount of scary. Some things that seem spooky at first might not be that frightening after all, like explicitly autistic characters.
I use my boogie power to turn nightmares into sweet dreams.
That sounds like a quote from Donna Summer, but it's really from my autistic character, Twyla Boogeyman, from the animated series Monster High. Yes, there are lots of gently scary situations in kids' animation. And our winning script adds another to that one. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Scary Script is Austin Aguri. Winner of Best Scary Script for Chibi-verse.
Ever since I was a kid, I loved animation. I've loved coming up with stories. I've loved listening to stories. I've loved drawing above almost all else. And for the longest time, writing for animation has been something that I've been wanting to do. It's been a dream career of mine that I've been pursuing. And for all the hardships, for all the self-doubt, I never gave up. I never stopped practicing. I never stopped honing my skills. And now it seems like all that hard work has finally paid off. I'm one step closer to achieving that goal. And I'd just like to thank everybody in charge of setting up this wonderful event for this opportunity that I've given, that I've taken. And above all else, I'd like to thank my family for supporting me all the way. I wouldn't be nearly the person I am now if it weren't for you guys. So, thank you.
Awesome. Never give up. Let's all remember that. Sometimes it can be hard. The road can feel long, but don't give up on yourselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, then no one else will. So, thank you, Austin, for the reminder. Our next presenter is an award-winning journalist, magazine designer, and author. I've had the pleasure of sharing several panel stages with him over the years, including tonight. Please help me bring back up Alfonso William Camacho.
Groot and Grover remind us that some of the most unforgettable characters in storytelling don't rely on words to be understood. Non-speaking characters invite us to look beyond dialogue and engage with the full depth of who they are: gesture, presence, emotion, and intention. They expand how we define voice itself. And tonight's winner captured that truth with clarity, care, and imagination. They didn't just represent non-speaking characters, they helped us see them. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Non-Speaking Character is Maya Stark for Frog and Toad, Whippoorwill.
Toad babysits Robin's autistic cousin, Whippoorwill, and tries every trick to entertain her, until Frog shows him how to follow her quiet way of exploring the world.
The winner will receive a $250 prize sponsored by my company, Builders of Eloquence and Engagement, LLC.
Hello, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. I was diagnosed with autism by Paramount Pictures in 2006.
Oh, wow.
But it didn't actually come to be believed by me or not recognized by the medical community until a couple of years ago. So as going through life as a late diagnosed autistic person, it really means a lot to me to finally be able to communicate something that I've been wanting to communicate all along without knowing what it was, and that's autistic joy. And that was what my script was about, just how we move in through the world with our senses and the kind of joy that can give us. So I want to thank my friend Debbie that sent me the call for submissions. My friend Alex is here, and I just want to thank so much to everyone that creates this award and judges it. That's all those things.
Well, what I wanted to get across was a lot of the sensory experiences I would have as a child that were so immersive and joyful for me, and I've always like wished that other people could enjoy it that way, but my whole life it's not very easy to communicate or to share. So I imagined a story where Frog from Frog and Toad was able to access that with the autistic character and share it with Toad in the end.
Let's give it up for Alfonso. Let's give it up for my good friend
Alfonso.
I love sharing the stage with him so much, so I'm going to ask him to stay and do one more award for me. So Alfonso, come back up, buddy.
From the familiar neighborhood of Sesame Street, where Julia made AAC part of our shared imagination, to the unexpected wonder of Doug's voice box and Up, to the unforgettable radio melodies of Bumblebee and Transformers, we have seen that voice can take many forms. Through tablets, keyboards, and speech devices, AAC has not only given characters a way to communicate, it has brought dignity, personality, and presence to the screen. It has expanded how audiences understand intelligence, connection, and expression. Tonight we honor a writer who did more than integrate AAC. They transformed it into something extraordinary. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Use of an AAC Device is Madeline Deemer for Bluey Devices.
Bingo learns a new form of communication often associated with people on the autistic spectrum to make a friend.
The winner will receive a $250 prize sponsored by my company Builders of Eloquence and Engagement, LLC.
Hi, this is a really cool one for me to write. My mom is a speech therapist, so I grew up around a lot of AAC devices and just like nonverbal communication in general. So I really wanted to incorporate that into this story, and I thought Bluey was the perfect place to do it because it's so friendly and caring. And I just want to thank my mom for introducing me to this world and the great people that speak like this, and my 15-year-old brother for sitting through a lot of Bluey with me while I wrote it. So thank you.
My mom would call you and your mom earthly angels. Those who might not have someone in their family or in their back room, but wants to be a voice and give a voice and share. So thank you guys so much.
I wrote about a character that uses an AAC device to communicate, and my mom is a speech therapist, so she works with these devices with her students to help them communicate. And this is something I grew up around and also just like got to experience how important and impactful it is to people's lives, because it takes someone who might not be able to communicate and makes like it opens so many doors for them, because now they can just sit and have a conversation with anyone as they would if they could speak. So I wanted to incorporate that into a story, and I used Bluey to do it because it really is just like a kind and caring environment, and yeah, it worked out really good.
Tonight, we are celebrating autistic characters in animation for kids, and there's no better people to present the next award than kids themselves. Let's give a round of applause for our next presenters, Killian and Eleanor Payne.
Great to see all of these wonderful new autistic characters can work in some of my favorite animated shows.
There's one thing we like to see in kids' animation, it's kindness.
Actually, it's kindness.
What is?
That's how you pronounce that word.
What word? Kindness?
No, kindness is pronounced kindness.
Ah, thank you for letting me know.
That's very kind of you. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Kindness Script is...
Samantha Spiegel.
When Cricket and Jilly Green meet June, a new girl who carefully masks her autism to fit in, a chaotic trip to the farmer's market pushes June into sensory overload, teaching them that real friendship doesn't require blending in.
Hi, this is awesome. Thank you. I never thought I'd get an award for something that I wrote, much less for something that I care so deeply about. Thank you to the team at the Autism Scene for holding this event. Thank you to my wonderful mom and grandma, and Tim and the rest of my friends and family for always supporting me. Thank you so much.
I strongly relate to the autistic character June. I think masking is a very common thing for young women today in society, and a lot of women go through it, and it's been a problem for my whole life. And I think it's, well, not a problem, but it's something I've struggled with my whole life. And so I've always wanted to see a character who represents that.
Alrighty.
Hello, Autism Scene. I'm Daniel Scherstrom. I'm a professional writer, creative consultant, and registered social worker. I'm also autistic, which I suppose might be relevant to this audience. Wink. I truly wish I could have been there at the 2026 AuSPEC Awards to honor the great scripts featuring autistic leads that I had the privilege to judge for this event, and to take part in that amazing judges panel you heard from earlier. I'm assuming it was great. Was it great? I recorded this video in advance. I've been asked to talk about my journey creating Bruno the Bright Car, the first autistic character in the Thomas & Friends franchise, and give you 5 tips for how to create autistic characters that feel real, even when they're cartoon anthropomorphic train cars. Number 1. Work with autistic people. Duh. No one knows our stories, struggles, and joys better than we do, and without involving us, you get stereotypical characters with no dimension to their personality. I designed Bruno's backstory, his quirks, and his relationships with his friends, wrote scripts starring Bruno across a variety of formats, and gave notes on other people's work with the character. There was no tokenism here either. They brought on multiple autistic writers and hired the Autism Self-Advocacy Network and Easter Seals to serve as additional consultants. When we introduced Bruno, he was nominated for awards and lauded by the autistic community for his authenticity. Now, that doesn't happen if you don't have autistic people at every level pouring their personal experience into a character that feels emotionally real. And that brings me to number 2. Treat your autistic characters like characters. Many works featuring autistic characters basically treat us like a collection of symptoms without much depth. Autism is called a spectrum for a reason. Everyone's different. Yes, Bruno has some more common autistic traits. He doesn't look people in the eye. He wears headphones when overwhelmed by noise. He struggles to understand social conventions. And yes, he is even obsessed with train schedules. But we took care to make him distinct. He has a dry sense of humor, he deeply cares for his friends, and his strong breaks in logical thinking encourage his often manic buddies to slow down and think about a situation differently. I don't want every autistic character to be a copy of Bruno. I want every autistic character to, be a character. And that brings up point number 3. Make it about the story, not the autism. Many stories featuring autistic characters are boring. They spend the whole time telling us what autism is instead of going on the adventure or getting into the shenanigans. Bruno had many appearances across the run of Thomas & Friends, and not once did we have an episode dedicated to explaining his lack of eye contact or why he sometimes doesn't understand metaphors. Right from the off, he was helping Diesel escape an avalanche, working with the team to solve the mystery of Lookout Mountain, or helping to make an important delivery on time during a big windstorm. Bruno was allowed to just be part of the fun, and his autistic traits naturally came into play. If you tell a dynamic story featuring an autistic character, you'll keep people engaged, and the education piece will come naturally. Point number 4, give them rich relationships. It's just as important to think about how your autistic character connects with others as it is to develop a strong individual personality. For each of the main cast, I wrote up a paragraph or so defining Bruno's relationship with them. The hot-headed speed demon Diesel appreciates how Bruno reminds him to slow down every once in a while, while jokester Percy bonds with Bruno over their shared love of the finest form of humor, the pun. I will be taking no questions on this. Defining these relationships helped us make Bruno feel like he was a vital part of the island of Sodor, which brings us to our final point. Number 5, let them lead. Seriously, an autistic character can be the main character. It's allowed. I know. Shocking. News at 11. How many times have you seen an autistic character mainly serve as a side character meant to pump up someone else's story? Bruno wasn't always the main focus. That said, he had lead or co-lead roles in a dozen or so episodes, 3 movies, some books, an episode of their Storytime podcast, and his own series of YouTube shorts, in addition to appearing as a supporting character in other people's stories. In that time, we were able to mine the hidden depths of his personality, how he feels a bit insecure and asking for help sometimes. We were able to use his unique strengths to solve problems, like when his knowledge of maps helped him realize 2 important locations were connected when solving a mystery. Putting an autistic character in the lead role can help the general public see us as valid members of the community, and especially in kids' content, it can help autistic members of the audience to feel validated. So those were my 5 main points for developing a great autistic character, but it's by no means comprehensive. If you're developing content with an autistic lead and are looking for a writer and consultant with lived experience, I'd love to hear from you via the contact form on my website, danielsharestrom.com. In the meantime, thank you again to the Autism Scene for hosting this video and putting on the AuSPEC Awards, and I can't wait to see all the great characters and stories you all come up with. Peace!
Alrighty, here to present the award for Best Musical Script is the voice of a generation. He's the voice of the most lovable ice wizard, the squanchiest character on Rick and Morty, and his infectious laugh makes even living in a pineapple under the sea sound incredible. Please welcome the one and only Tom Kenny.
Collection of talented and beautiful people. I'm so honored to be here tonight, and you know, beautiful starry night in Burbank. Well, isn't that wonderful? Yeah. Hey, so I want them to be able to hear this on Alpha Centauri, which is the one right up there. Hey, for Britt Payne and his wonderful family, and Naya and everybody who participated in this, everybody who entered, you know, not necessarily won, but entered and is putting creativity and positivity and jokes and music and adventure and all that good stuff out into a world that really needs it. Give yourselves a round of applause. As you can tell, I probably don't get this thing because I'm loud and obnoxious, and like a lot of you guys, I never colored inside the lines. Is this about music, guy? All right, I better get on track. All right, the right song can take a great episode and turn it into a classic episode. Adventure Time gave us bacon pancakes. Phineas and Ferb gave us what in our pants? Squirrels, you guys got it. And SpongeBob SquarePants gave us the best day ever. You guys are wonderful. The winning script found a way to create another earworm, one of those things that just gets in your head and just won't leave, and relate it back to autism in a fun, endearing way. Therefore, the winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Musical Script is... Let me hear one of those awesome drum rolls you guys are getting so good at. Oh, there it is. Thank you.
It's like magic here.
Ooh, it's set to 2. All right, here we go. I'm going to open it. Oh, Chloe Sorosdi for Phineas and Ferb.
After a new autistic friend introduces them to the trading game, Battle Cards, Phineas and Ferb use nanotech to bring the cards to life.
I better get out of your way.
Wow. Hello, everyone. I wanted to thank everyone here and everyone with the autism scene that helped make this possible. This is an incredible opportunity, not just for any up-and-coming animation writer, but for anyone who wants to make the world of animation much more relatable to those of us that are neurodivergent. And I especially want to thank my older sister, who will still do the Doofenshmirtz voice with me to this day, and my mom, who, even though she has 2 neurodivergent children, who sometimes we feel like the world isn't made for us. My mom always makes sure that we know we have a place in it, and that's what I want to replicate in my writing for everyone. So thank you all very much.
Well, my inspiration for the script first came from knowing that I was going to write for Phineas and Ferb. I mean, I was 8 years old drawing comics of Perry beating Doofenshmirtz. And I also wrote a battle card script, which was inspired by a couple of things. Firstly, my hyperfixation on Pokemon that has lasted a lifetime. And a friend of mine, Nick, that had gotten me into Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently. And it just felt like a world that I hadn't really seen represented in animation. And a lot of things also haven't been represented as much as I would like.
Our next presenter has written the adventures of Hello Kitty and her super cute friends for an amazing 14 seasons and counting. In his spare time, this story editor sends Blippi off on wild road trips and dinosaur dog shows. Please welcome to the AuSPEC Award stage, the all-around awesome guy, Kirk Cushion!
Enough of this guy.
Never.
Okay, well, cute is in the eye of the beholder. As director Joe Dante of Gremlins fame said, Gizmo is what you think the movie is. Again. Oh! You guys, there's some rules, but we won't go over those yet. Okay, so Gizmo is what you think the movie's going to be, but Gremlins is what it turns into.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Boo! So, cute can be straightforward, or it can zig when you think it's going to zag. With that in mind, our esteemed judges scoured the entries to find the cutest of the cute. Let's hope tonight's winner is more Gizmo than Gremlin, and hopefully the show wraps up before midnight, or else. The winner of the cutest script is Madison Trimley. You know I'm talking to you, girl. Get on down here.
Nico and Forrest must take pictures of trees for Carl's Fuzzy Town tree picture collection, but Luna, their new autistic friend, needs their help too.
Well, this feels unreal. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm very thankful for this organization for giving me the opportunity to write such wonderful scripts. I'm actually diagnosed with PGNOS, which has been merged with the autism spectrum. And, you know, I've always wanted to see more autistic characters in media, and I'm so grateful that I can write for that. I want to give a great thanks to my mom, who's over there. She's very encouraging for my writing career. I also want to give a shout out to one of my professors at the University of Silicon Valley. He has helped out a lot in my writing. And I also want to give a shout out to my high school history teacher, who actually taught me how to write a script. And I've been using that skill ever since I learned it. I'm very thankful that you guys liked my script and liked the new character Luna. She was really fun to write. And thank you so much for this opportunity. In the script, Carl wants to do one thing, and then Luna wants to do another thing, and Nico has to be like, how am I going to balance these things? And eventually she finds out, oh, I can do one first and then the other later, and like include the person into like what we're doing. So that's how I got inspiration for the script. And that's the message I want to convey, is what you do when two people want to do two different things at once.
Here to present the award for Best New Character, please welcome to the stage freelance writer, script coordinator, and writer's assistant who's worked on such shows as Emmy-winning series Frog and Toad and Universal Basic Guys on Fox. She's also the producer and host of the One Weird Job, a screenwriting podcast, Alyssa Fuller.
On my podcast, working writers share the unusual jobs that they took to pay the bills on their way to the top. Yes, you have a mad scientist, a professional wrestler, and a haunted house maestro working among you tonight. All interesting characters, am I right? Mm-hmm. Yep. But try touring the country singing in an a cappella group. Written pain. Or breathing fucking broncos as a rodeo clown. Jeremiah Smith. Or try being an RA at a ballet boarding school for 2 years. Oh wait, that one's me. So to all the entries in this year's contest, keep racking up those life experiences because they will come in handy when you're cooking up your own new characters. Tonight's winner did a wonderful job of adding an autistic character who feels like they always belonged in the main roster and could easily become a fan favorite. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award Best New Character is... Jeremy Buscalado.
New to Metropolis, a young boy on the autistic spectrum must face the trauma weighing down on him before he can learn to fly like Superman. Just as life bogs down, his favorite superhero swoops in to offer a much-needed boost.
Hi, everyone. First off, I just want to thank my friends who encouraged me to come here tonight. And I also want to thank my mom, my sister-in-law, and my aunt and 2-year-old nephew, Angelo, who I don't think is autistic, but we won't know unless the time comes, and my dog Jackson. And I also want to thank my writing professor, Charles Franklin Beach, who taught me college writing at Nyack. And I also want to thank many of my other professors from Nyack College, and William Patterson, my speech and language hearing therapists who've guided me over the years. And I also want to give a special thank you to my friends who helped write the script in the writing groups I'm part of, like AIA, Asians in Animation, also Princess Wiki's writings group. There's so many other groups I want to name, but I can't list them off the top of my head. I also want to thank some of my heroes, like James Gunn, who made one of my favorite superhero movies from last year, Superman. Woo! And Vince Gilligan for that incredible speech he made last year, where he encouraged everybody to write good guys for a change. People who get more than they take. And I just want to try to end this by saying a quote by Jim Henson and Fred Rogers. Please watch out for one another. It's a great life. Enjoy it. And to look out for the helpers. And I don't know if there's anything more to say, but thank you.
Well, I think one of the experiences I was inspired by was traumatic life experiences that can hurt us and scare us for life in some ways, but that with time and patience it can take healing. And what the other real life experience that informed it was the speech pathologist that inspired that script to begin with.
The next presenter retired from a career as a high-technology marketing executive to found Autism and Entertainment, a nonprofit that helps autistic young adults find work opportunities in the entertainment industry. And whether she knows it or not, this woman was foundational in the creation of the autism scene. Please welcome Judy Utah.
Thank you. Thank you, Naya. It's great to be here, and I think we should all just take a moment and give a round of applause to Brett. It's amazing what he's been able to pull together, so we're really proud of you, Brett.
Thank you, dude.
One of the challenges of encouraging Hollywood employers to bring autistic young adults on their teams is helping them understand a little bit more about autism.
Yes.
Our animated kids show gives an opportunity to explain and nurture a better understanding at a young age. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Explanation of Autism is...
Look at those girls going!
Oh, I met this person. Cade Allen.
Bluey and her classmates prepare for a field trip to the aquarium, while a new student on the autistic spectrum teaches them all how to play in a new way.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cade. My mom explained autism to me for the first time when I was in elementary school. She was a substitute teacher for special education, and I would hang out with her after class and just hang out with all the students. And there happened to be another kid there also named Cade, and his mom was also named Tracy. And I didn't know him, but my mom forced us to go to the playground together. And I was kind of scared, didn't know him, but we connected immediately. And I think that's so important. Finding a common ground with people you don't know is so important, and playing with them, fun. Everybody likes it. And writing is one of those tools that we can use to do that with each other and connect with each other. And I think this generation and everybody here that cares about that, we have such strong tools that we can use to reach out to so many people. And I just want to thank everybody who put this organization together and this event and brought us all together today. Thank you.
I am literally smiling from ear to ear. This night has, it's so incredible. It's so wonderful.
I think new situations can be scary. And finding, again, like common ground where it's through writing, through play, and those go hand in hand, writing and play, especially for the people that are watching them. Watching a kid show is just like play. You smile, you have fun, you want to do what they're doing. And I really wanted to bring an underrepresented people into that. And autism is an underrepresented group of people. And if my mom taught me anything, it's be kind to anybody and everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Britton. And that's it. And she was one of the main inspirations for writing this, my mom, and my friend Cade that I met also from elementary school, and just anybody who needs a voice that needs to be heard. And you can find that now, especially with anything you watch. There's so many things. So thank you.
Autism is historically underrepresented in kids' pop culture, but how can I fit an autistic character in my goofy animated show? Autistic people are in our world, so whether it's a YA, fantasy graphic novel, a family sitcom, a high-octane hospital drama, a post-apocalyptic zombie comic, or whatever, authentic autistic characters belong there too. The autism scene can help. We aim together and encourage creators to successfully add autistic characters to pop culture and show that you can too. We're trying a lot of things. We put together autism/pop culture panels at universities, studios, and Comic-Cons. We run the AuSPEC Awards to give a career boost to animation writers, as well as encourage the creation of more autistic characters in kids' pop culture. We built a robust website at theautismscene.org to provide resources for anyone looking to authentically create an autistic character. We're spreading the message behind the scenes at studios and among creators. We shine a light on projects that do it well.
We will be launching a Question A initiative. Before signing on as a creative, ask how many explicitly autistic characters are in this project. We throw great mixers for the creative community and more.
Killian, what's your favorite autistic character?
My favorite autistic character is Mia from Speak Up by Rebecca Burgess. What's your favorite autistic character?
My favorite is Mr. Terrific's son, Fair Play.
My favorite is the character that the people in this room will create. You are the future of inclusion in art.
The Autism Scene advocates for more explicitly autistic characters in kids' pop culture. We also want to help you make it happen. We know you can do it.
I just really want to encourage and empower creators to not be afraid to write a story that includes someone with autism because you don't have it or because you don't know someone in your family who does. If you get the right support, the people who can give you the authentic experience, you can make an amazing story.
Make amazing stories. Good luck, fellas.
I need a co-host next year, and I think I know who that is. All right, for our next presenter. I'm waiting. Oh, my Lanta, thank you. God, we love this host. Let's give a round of applause for this host program. I came here, I was just so excited that I could see it. These glasses, they work, but you know, this is incredible. I'm gonna need this my whole life. Okay, our next presenter is an animation actor, writer, and executive who has worked on My Little Pony, Transformers, and Unicorn Academy, among dozens of others. In 2018, she won a Lifetime Achievement Animation Award from the Writers Guild of America, which doesn't even capture the honor of sharing the screen with owls. Please welcome to the stage Nicole Booth.
Thank you, Naya. Appreciate it. Can you believe Magic the Gathering, the first card battle game, started as a niche hobby back in 1993? Friends, I was there. Next green and white deck. Decades later, card battle games are a phenomenon, and that's apparently no exception in the AuSPEC writing competition. We were initially surprised how many entries used card battle games as a plot device, but it makes sense. Card battle games often have deep lore, beautiful artwork, predictable structures, and creative strategies, all things that align with strengths often seen in autism. The winner highlights why this category exists and also shows how everyone can have a good time battling their friends. And the winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Card Battle Script is... Winner, Best Card Battle Script for the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball, The Challenge.
When a new kid on the autistic spectrum easily defeats Gumball in a game of Little Pet Fight Club, Gumball vows to beat the kid in their next game, no matter what it takes.
Okay. This is incredible. Thank you so much to the Autism Scene. Thank you so much to my family who read many, many drafts of the script. And thank you especially to my brother who did a table read with me for the script and only kind of made fun of me for my dumb joke. Thank you so much.
I'm not even giving the award, but I just love that awards are given.
The message that I hope comes across is that even if we're all different, we can all learn to get along and really respect one another and just have a great time playing battle cards.
Our next presenter needs no introduction, but I love hyping her up, so I wrote one anyway. She has written for some of the most iconic kid shows, from the Backyardigans to Doc McStuffins. She made her show-running debut for Ada Twist Scientist, and with its first season, won the Children and Family Emmy Award for Outstanding Preschool Animated Series. Come on, yeah, don't be afraid. This presenter is the kind of boss and leader everyone deserves to have. I literally tell everyone she needs to give a TED Talk, and one day I hope she does. She turned me from a script coordinator to a television writer and held the story of Nasan with deep care. It is my honor to introduce my friend, my mentor, the incomparable Cary Grant.
Thank you, Naya. Buddies, ride or dies, besties, friendships come in all forms. But whatever you call them, life just works better with your person by your side. And sometimes it's not even about the destination. The journey is where the magic happens. This year's winner of the AuSPEC Award for Best Friendship Script reminds us that even the most miserable situations, like standing in an endless line, can turn into the start of something special and an opportunity to make a new friend. And the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Friendship Script goes to Ari Donnelly, Best Friendship Script for
Keith and Barry are hyped to attend Tabletown Comic-Con, only to discover the greatest foe their boredom has ever faced, a super long line. Their day is saved by a new autistic friend they meet during their infinite wait.
Whoa! I wrote something down because I'm vibrating right now. I want to thank Britt and the autism scene for hosting this contest. This was a daunting responsibility, but it was also so much fun. It just all clicked together when I realized I wanted to portray, like Maya, another winner said, autistic joy. I want to thank both of my writers groups, Writers for Sanity and Dream Crushers. You're my first audience, my favorite audience. My lifelong friend Rachel and her partner Adam for teaching me both board games that inspired the script. And thank you to everyone who came tonight and made the first AuSPEC Award so special. Thank you for including me. It was daunting at first. I did a lot of research on how to portray an autistic character authentically and realistically. But I think ultimately the message that I wanted to send to people was that autistic people are people to be included. I kind of thought on my own experience making friends in certain environments that are a little daunting, like waiting in a very long line to get to a convention. And I realized that through a lot of the conventions that I've gone to, which are environments that require very specific knowledge and very precise structure, that I had met a lot of autistic people. I had made a lot of autistic friends, and I thought this script was a really wonderful opportunity to kind of show an environment where they're not just existing and they're not just open, they are thriving. In fact, they're showing somebody like me how to operate in this, space that I'm less familiar with.
Our next presenter has written television and comic books for Flash Gordon, Green Lantern, Mortal Kombat, The Flash, Aquaman, Supernatural, Scooby-Doo, and, you guessed it, Scooby-Natural. He's known for being a fire hose of fun ideas, big swings, and bring new characters like Omega Bandman, Intergalactic Omniversal Heavyweight Champion. That's what I think they sound like per wrestler. Please hide your energy drinks and welcome to the stage, Jeremy Adams.
Yep, I love science fiction. Animation can take us to faraway places, and there's no place more far away than outer space. The winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for Best Sci-Fi Script is...
Drum roll, noises, boo, 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 boo.
Michael Flood, winner of Best Sci-Fi for Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. Jedi
A self-doubting youngling who struggles in Jedi training because of his autism must rely on his unique way of processing the Force and the support of his friends when a droid-building phenomenon threatens the Jedi archives.
I just can't believe I'm up here and getting an award for writing. I mean, my wife knows who I dedicate this to, as well as my son Justice, who has autism. That I really work feverishly, just going through the episode and just beating it out. And I think I was looking it was you who getting your advice from you, just going through a script, going through a series and just going through 30 episodes and just writing the beats. And I just learned that autism, you know, in this character is pattern recognition. And that gave me the vision to write this script and to keep going with it, with following the formula, following to completion, beginning, middle, and end. And also my son is a big Star Wars fan. He loves Young Jedi series. I just wanted to see an authentic autistic character that my son can aspire to be himself. Thank you. I was inspired by writing this story because my son, Justice, he's 4 years old, he has autism, and he's a huge fan of Young Jedi series. And I was watching with him, and I just loved the beautiful friendship they all had, and how it wasn't their Jedi powers, it wasn't their abilities, it wasn't their, like, you know, even being space fighters and knowing how to ride an X-Wing. It was their ability to be friends, their ability to, like, hold each other up. And I think that really helped me with the story, and especially with the character I wrote, Tylo. He was someone that, it was the power of friendship that really helped him come into his own, to his autism, to really like embrace it instead of trying to mask it. And actually, when he was able to just be his whole authentic self, he was able to help the Jedis defeat evil.
Our next presenter is an animation executive and creative producer who was there at the start of SpongeBob SquarePants. Helped shape the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And come on for the oohs. Give people their props. And ran Disney television animation. That's a big ooh. Thank you. He is generous with his guidance and advice based on his decades of success behind the scenes in the animation industry, and we are grateful to have him here to present this next prestigious award. Please welcome to the AuSPEC award stage, Eric Coleman.
Eric Coleman, that's right. Oh my God.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to say I'm having such a good time here at Temple. The energy and the spirit and the talent and the love and the support and the good vibes in this room, it's fantastic. None of that is on any teleprompter. I told Bray, I'm not looking at the teleprompter, I'm just getting up and winging it. It felt. And it's so great. So before getting to this important thing, I really, once again, want to draw attention to Britt. When he reached out and asked me to be part of this, I was delighted to jump on, and the autism scene and this awards show in particular. I have to say there's a lot of people in this world who have good intentions and say they want to use their powers for good, and there are very few people who actually act on it. And to watch him do it right before my eyes, it just has made me feel so great. So number one, big thanks to him, and big thanks to the small army of people that are, I shouldn't even say army, it's a very small group of people who are working very hard to make all this happen. So special thanks to them. And then most importantly, special thanks to all of you who did the work to participate, be a part of this, contribute, and just make this what it is. So everyone could set up a party, but if people don't show up, then it's no party. So thanks to all of you for this. I have the pleasure of giving the award for the best script by an unrepresented writer. And there are a lot of writers in Hollywood who have representation, and there are even more who don't. It's really hard to get representation. And whether you have it or not, that doesn't really reflect on all the hard work and talent that's out there for so many people who still do the work and deserve the recognition. So I'm delighted to be able to recognize the best script by an unrepresented writer. This is the second to last award for the evening, so I want the second to last longest.
Let's go, you heard the man! Let's get those hands up!
About halfway there. Here we go. The best script by an unrepresented writer goes to Maggie Scudder.
Phineas and Ferb build a life-size card battle arena for Isabella's visiting autistic cousin Maya. But when Doofenshmirtz unleashes a pet adoption ray at the town's pet fair, one humble card, just a cat, helps Maya become the unlikely hero.
Mine was one of the card battle scripts.
Yeah.
And I also play green and white, so thank you for that. The way that I learned to understand the world is television. And if there were more characters like the ones we're celebrating tonight, I would have understood myself sooner and deeper. I just want to thank Autism Scene and Britt and everyone who has been involved in this. I want to thank my comedy community that listened to me punch up a lot of bad jokes in this script. And lastly, it doesn't happen often, but it's really nice when a committee approves of your jokes. So thank you very much. I would be remiss to say if I didn't say I'm actively seeking representation. So if anyone wants to talk afterwards, I will show you my award.
I wrote this spec because I have autism, very recently diagnosed. I hope anyone who reads the script or sees the episode would feel that autistic people are people and they're flawed and funny and bizarre just like everyone else. And if we can have more autistic characters in television, the autistic people around us will understand themselves better. Easy as that.
Make sure you guys put this award behind you. Anytime you do a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet call, have it right there. Even move a little bit to the side so they can see it.
And now,
we've gotten to the last award of the evening, the 2026 AuSPEC Awards Grand Prize. I'm not crying that this is almost over. I'd like to take a moment to again congratulate the category winners we have already seen. Let's give them a round of applause. Come on. A great bunch of scripts from a terrific group of people. Thank you all for participating and bringing so many new and wonderful autistic characters to the community and hopefully to a screen soon. Our final presenter is the founder of the Autism Scene, the man that we have all thanked and we can't thank enough for what he's done, for what he's doing, for his heart, for his family, for who he is as a person, and as a person who can put people together, and a good group of people at that. Please help me welcome to the stage. This is your loudest drum. This is your loudest cheer for Britt and Payne.
Who's the Britt Payne guy? He sounds awesome. Is he here tonight? I gotta meet this guy. Hi, I'm so excited about this. I can't imagine this going better. A year ago when I started thinking about it and talking to some of the people, some of whom are in this room, I can't imagine that it turned into this thing that it did. And I'm just so excited that it did. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad for all the people who I've gotten to meet through all this. I've been sitting here with the folks who are watching from home. There are a lot of finalists who are from all over the country and weren't able to be here, some of whom you got to see on your screens tonight because they won awards. And I want to thank you guys for showing up and sticking with us for the last hour, hour and a half, whatever it is. Wish you could all be here. Maybe next year that's something that you'll be able to do. It's been a terrific evening. Thanks for everyone who participated, whether you wrote a script, if you attended tonight, you volunteered your services, or made a donation at theautismscene.org/donate. That's the autismscene.org/donate. I can't wait for you, the winners especially, to get the opportunity to connect with the fantastic industry professionals who are donating their time and professional expertise as prizes with the winners you've all gotten to know tonight. So my hope is that my Rolodex can help push this whole thing forward, and the cost is throw an autistic character in the script that you're working on. I am here to award the grand prize, but before I do, so to just draw out the tension for those of you who are finalists here, I'd like to make a surprise recognition. As some of you may know, I am a passionate comic book fan and inveterate speaker at Comic-Cons, particularly my panel, Autism and Comic Books. I've been doing it for a few years, and this year at WonderCon, I was able to speak about the very first explicitly autistic superhero to ever appear in my beloved DC Comics.
Fair Play is the son of Mr. Terrific, who you may remember as the breakout character from last summer's Superman movie. The autism scene was able to serve as a consultant on the portrayal of the character, and we couldn't be happier about how he turned out in this spring's DCKO, The Kids Are All Fight special, available at local comic book shops wherever you are. The creator of this character is my friend Jeremy Adams, and I'd like to ask him to come to the stage and accept the Autism Scene AuSPEC Award for adding a great new explicitly autistic character to Kids Pop Culture. The Autism Scene is proud to present the 2026 AuSPEC Award to Jeremy Adams in recognition of his part in the creation of Jeffrey P.J. Holt, aka Fair Play, DC Comics' first explicitly autistic superhero. Jeremy Adams told a rollicking story in DCKO, The Kids Are All Fight special, included an autistic character, and made his autism explicit, enabling young readers to translate their hero's behavior with fair play to the autistic peers in their own lives. He included instances of friendship, reliance, empathy, decisive action, and appreciation for Fair Play's thoughtful and important contributions to the team. The story acknowledges Fair Play's difficulties, as well as his exceptionalism, and the autism scene is thrilled with Jeremy Adams' addition to the superhero canon at DC Comics, as well as to the growing family of explicitly autistic characters in kids pop culture. Wow. All right, and now, the winner of the 2026 AuSPEC Award for the grand prize is...
All right, man, where's my drum?
$5,000 prize. Now, you know, this is a big one. It's going to go out to Melinda Lady and Chris Page for Big City Greens Herding Cats.
When a catnapper steals the neighbor's cat, Jilly and Cricket help a new, resourceful, autistic friend track him down.
Okay, I didn't trip. I am speechless, which, if you know me, is really not like me at all. I usually have the quip ready and waiting for this.
Tag?
Yeah.
So, I'd like to thank all the organizers for giving us a chance to write an autistic character and getting a chance for me to create with our partner. And it was a really wonderful experience, and give her a couple seconds to get her thoughts together.
Well done. All of that, right? My dad is autistic. My nephew is autistic. I have a master's in education that I got primarily working with neurodivergent kids, at-risk kids. It is at the heart and the center of why I write and why I do the things I do. I want the things that I create to be the kind of thing that I wish I had when I had my classroom. I am proud to be working for Social Cipher, which is a company that does a video game to help neurodivergent people. It is absolutely my heart and soul, and thank you to UCLA for officially diagnosing me ADHD. I'm suspecting that there's some ADHD in there too. And my husband and not so silent partner, who is
Or a yup.
who's just wonderful. So, thank you.
I thought it was really fun. I wanted to explicitly, since Cricket is so like hyperactive and everything, you wouldn't necessarily,
Big City Greens.
Yeah, Big City Greens. You wouldn't necessarily clock him as a. I'm sorry, I'm probably making horrible faces. You wouldn't exactly clock him as being someone who would be sympathetic and patient with a non or selectively speaking character.
And for me, it was important that the character be a character rather than a victim or a superhero to solve the problems. Well, also just their autism is a superpower. Their autism affects how they
interact, but it doesn't make them the villain or the Marty Sue of this story.
Alrighty, so this is gonna be hard for me, but this is the end of the 2026 AuSPEC Awards, and it's been an incredible night. I know the music, everyone's ready to get me out of here. Atlanta, I need to just do my dance break. I'll be in the lobby if you stay for that. Okay, so what a wonderful night. Thank you to everyone who participated in whatever way you showed up in this room, on wherever you are in the world. You sent in a video, you sent in a script. Let's get more submissions for 2027. Let's get more voices, more stories, more characters with autism on screen. We're saying it, we're manifesting it, we're doing it. So, I know, I'm like the worst outro person because I'm not done yet. I really shouldn't. I'm really just gonna keep you guys. Yeah, that was just fun. Don't worry. When I'm ready for the music, I'll do a little 1-2 step, and then I'll let you know. Thank you. Okay, so again, I just wanted to thank everyone, and a huge thank you to Britt and the autism scene for the work you do in promoting the creation and inclusion of explicitly autistic characters in kids pop culture. Please post to Instagram or whatever social media the kids are using these days. Make sure you tag AuSPEC Awards, the autism scene. And share, follow, post. Let's get the word out about this incredible work. This officially concludes the 2026 AuSPEC Awards, but the night isn't over yet. We invite you to return to the lobby and enjoy some great conversation, make some new friends before the lights flicker and the music turns off. I'm your host, and now you're right. Now get to writing. It's been a great night. Get home safe and music.
Host, Naya Wright. Head writer, Kirk Cushin. Head judge, Jeremiah Smith. Writers/judges, Alfonso Camacho. Daniel Strom. Alice Payne. Elisa Bella. Tech, CJ Kenyon. Social media, Brandon Brazier. Hostess, Alexis Whittaker. Event producer, Jonathan Brofiel. Producer, Britton Payne. My name is Killian Payne.